Welcome everyone! One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin. Good morning. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning, my name is Lina. Lina is my first name and Kovacs my family name.
Where are you from originally?
I come from a small city in Hungary called Szekszád, but I have been living here in the capital for 3 years because of work and study.
Do you work or study at the moment?
I work as an English teacher at a local language school, and I also take evening courses in educational technology. I enjoy balancing both. It helps me to keep learning and to bring new ideas to my classroom.
Do you enjoy your work?
Yes, I find it very rewarding. The most satisfying part is when students start to speak more confidently. It can be challenging sometimes, but seeing progress makes it worth the effort.
Let's talk about your free time. What do you like to do when free?
In my free time, I like to read and to listen to music. I am very interested about music, especially folk and indie bands. I also try to exercise a few times a week, usually jogging or doing yoga to clear my head after busy days.
How often do you do those activities?
I read almost every evening for about an hour, and I go jogging 3 times a week. Music I listen to throughout the day, while cooking, or when I travel on the tram.
Describe your hometown briefly.
My hometown is quiet with a river and some old streets. It is not very big, but it has a nice market and friendly people. I have many childhood memories there, and I visit my parents at weekends when I can.
Has your hometown changed much recently?
Yes, it changed a bit. New cafes and a small cultural center opened last year, which is nice for young people, but most things remain the same, and it still feels relaxed compared to the city.
Now we move to part 2. I will give you a topic, and you have 1 minute to prepare. Please speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Describe a memorable journey you took. You should say where you went, who you went with, what happened, and explain why it was memorable.
About 2 years ago, I went on a road trip to the mountains with 2 close friends. We left early in the morning and drove for 6 hours, stopping at small towns to try local food. On the second day, our car broke down near a village. That was stressful at first, but the villagers helped us find a mechanic and offered hot tea. Because of that kindness, the trip became very warm and unexpected. We spent the rest of the week hiking, talking late into the night and taking photos. It was memorable not because of perfect planning, but because of the people and small surprises, which made it feel real and simple.
Right. Why did the help from villagers stand out to you?
Their willingness to help strangers showed genuine hospitality, which I rarely see in big cities. It reminded me that travel is not only about places, but about human moments that stay with you.
Let's move on to part 3. Why do you think people enjoy traveling?
People travel for many reasons, I think. Some want to relax and escape routine. Others look for adventure or to learn about other cultures. For me, traveling offers perspective and time to reflect. It also brings new experiences that shape the way you see everyday life back home.
Do you think traveling is more important for young people?
I would not say more important, but it is often more accessible for young people when they have fewer responsibilities. Young travelers may be more open to change and to take risks. However, traveling can be valuable at any age, because it enriches knowledge and empathy.
How has technology changed the way people travel?
Technology made planning easier, with apps for booking and navigation. You can find reviews and local tips quickly. At the same time, it sometimes removes spontaneity, because people follow popular lists rather than discovering things by chance. But overall, I think technology helps to make travel more efficient and safer.
Should governments invest more in public transport for tourists?
Yes, investing in public transport benefits both tourists and residents. Good transport reduces traffic, supports local businesses, and can encourage sustainable tourism. Still, plans must consider local needs, because heavy tourism can harm small communities if not managed carefully.
What are the downsides of mass tourism in a city?
Mass tourism can strain infrastructure, increase prices for locals, and damage historic sites. It also sometimes leads to a loss of authenticity, as neighborhoods adapt to tourist tastes. Responsible policies and spreading visitors across regions can help reduce negative effects.
Finally, how might people's travel habits change in the next 20 years?
Travel habits may focus more on sustainability and slower travel, with people choosing longer stays and local experiences. Remote work might encourage mixing work and travel, while environmental concerns could limit frequent flying. If policies support greener options, we could see more regional travel and thoughtful itineraries, rather than quick trips.
Thank you. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you very much. It was nice to speak with you.
The candidate demonstrated Band 7.5 level performance. Notable errors included saying, "I am very interested about music" when the correct form is, "I am very interested in music," saying, "I have been living here since 3 years" when the correct phrase is, "I have been living here for 3 years," and saying, "If I would have known, I would went there when it should be. If I had known, I would have gone." These errors occurred occasionally across the test and did not prevent understanding, though they showed inconsistency with prepositions and complex conditional forms. Fluency was strong overall with natural pacing, only minimal hesitations, and one brief self-correction during the Part 2 narrative. Vocabulary was wide and appropriate for familiar and abstract topics, with precise words such as hospitality, spontaneity, and sustainable tourism, but occasionally less accurate prepositions or verb forms were used. Grammatically, simple structures were controlled well. The main weaknesses were in complex, conditional, and time expressions. This score is given because communication was clear, cohesive, and extended, demonstrating lexical range and control of discourse, while the few systematic errors in complex grammar prevented a higher band. To reach the next band level, the candidate should focus on accurate use of conditionals and prepositions and reduce occasional minor tense and article slips. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.